hit live. Am I live? I sure hope so. Can everybody hear me okay? Broho got me hooked up with this new sound stuff, so I want to make sure everything is good. Yes, Lise is amazing talented, isn't she? Good to see you here. Can you hear me okay, Lise and Tater? Oh, I had the other one going too. There we go. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. Yes? Can somebody let me know in the chat? The last time it had 2 lives going and I was on the wrong one. Like a radio queen. I love you, Tater. There's Broho now. Lefty not right. Thank you. I appreciate it, everybody. I hope everybody's doing good. I was really looking for some positivity today with all of the negativity and just the crazy and the drama and the hectic and whatever. I thought we need some warm fuzzies going on, I think. So to start the warm and fuzzies, I have a friend with me that most of you know. If you don't, you should. I have Sleuth Mom with us this evening, and she's going to be streaming over to her chat also. So you'll be hearing the same content on here that you will Sleuth Mom. But if you are not Sleuth Mom's subscriber or member, I'm going to drop a link directly to her channel right now. How are you, Sleuth Mom?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? How are the babies?
Doing great. Everybody's doing great. They actually just got home from church, and
Aw.
so you'll probably hear them all talking in the background at some point. But hello to chat. Hi, everyone.
I love it. I love hearing the babies in the background. I don't think anyone would ever say anything negative about that. I love it. It's so refreshing to hear happy babies in the background, and I get it on your channel, so don't ever apologize to me. I love it.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's appropriate too for today. So many happy babies with these happy baby boxes.
Yes. Yes. So tonight we are going to talk about safe haven baby boxes, and in some states they're called other they're called other things, but the concept is the same. And now the last live stream that I did over here on the Vilomah.Unstuck channel was a 26-year-old case where a mother, I don't even like calling her that, had put her brand new newborn baby into a small bathroom sized trash bag and threw the baby into the woods, and then compared that to the baby, I'm sorry, to a young lady in down by Cincinnati, Ohio, who gave birth in her bathroom and did the same thing but buried her baby in the yard. And so there's a lot of that going on. I'm seeing this all over the news, Sleuth Mom. I know you've covered some of these stories. I know you know the ones I'm talking about, but it seems like the trend is going up again.
It does. It really does, and it's good.
Yeah. So I think that the safe haven baby boxes is something. Hey Avery, I'm gonna highlight some of the comments. So if you see them on the screen and you don't see the person in the chat that you're looking at, they would be on the other person's channel. So Sleuth Mom and I both on both of our channels streaming the same content tonight. But I can see all of them on StreamYards. I think you can too, right, Sleuth Mom? You can see all of them.
Yes, I can see all the comments.
Okay, good, gotcha. If
Yeah,
there's
too
any
many
that
of
you
the
have
comments.
for either of us, just add us so that we can see them, because we got a lot of goofy comments going on in the back so that we're able to see them. But Emily, can you see that on your screen, Sleuth Mom?
I can. Yep, I can see
Okay.
everything from both chats.
All right. So just let me know if there's anything you want me to do specifically. But hello to everyone here. I got a video to start us out with. You'll see pinned to my chat comment the Safe Haven Baby Box YouTube channel link. And when this is over, please go over, give them a like. But I'm going to play a video. This is one of their promotional videos I think is pretty important. So let me click on that.
Yeah, Lisa, you guys will only see, like, my mods will see my chat, her mods will see her chat. So that's why. So you'll only be able to see the one that you're actually in. but we can see both chats at the same time. And this way we
Yeah,
can spread the Safe Haven baby boxes to everyone as much as we can because they're an
absolutely.
amazing thing. And then this way we don't have so many, the girl in the hospital bathroom and um the babies that are left in the woods and different stuff like that. And so, that's why it's so important to get these out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And in this case, um, I'm always over on Sleuth Mom's channel, whether I'm lurking or in the chat or not. I watch everything. I love Sleuth Mom's channel. It's amazing. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to do. I've been putting it off until I felt better, but some merch that I have of Sleuth Moms that I'd like to show everybody how awesome it is because I was super shocked at how fitting and nice these shirts are. So I definitely want to do that. But sometimes getting the message across is more important than views. I'm not monetized. Sleuth Mom is. I strongly encourage you to go check out her channel. Click her membership link. You will not regret it. She does members only content and she covers a lot of cases, a lot, not just one, not just two, and you're not going to get any of the drama over there. So if you're a true crime fan and you like hearing about current and past cases, you really want to go over. Sleuth Mom's channel is about my favorite for a long time now, has been. So all right, I'm going to hit play on this and then I'll drop the link in the back chat so you can grab that and put it in your chat. And then I'll also drop it in my chat. But I want to start off with this, which is the good concept of what we're dealing with in society today with babies that are, being thrown away or being left in random places. And we want to talk about the safe haven laws and then the safe haven baby boxes. So thanks for sticking around. Watch this and then we'll be right back.
When a young girl is scared and feels alone, we want her to know that Safe Haven Baby Boxes is available and can help. When things seem like they couldn't get any worse, we want her to know that we are available. When she feels like her whole world has been turned upside down, we want her to know that we are available. Safe Haven Baby Boxes strives to make sure that you know there is help available if you find yourself in a crisis situation. We will not judge you. We will not shame you. But what we will promise is to help you. When a young woman calls our hotline, one of our counselors will answer the call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We can help a young mom find a crisis pregnancy center, an adoption center, or help her with a parenting plan. We can also give her locations where she can safely surrender her unharmed newborn, no questions asked. As a last resort, we can also send her to a state-approved Safe Haven Baby Box. Our Safe Haven Baby Boxes are located on the exterior wall of a building where a young mom can walk up to it, open the door, place her unharmed newborn inside, push the button, close the door, and walk away. There are 3 silent alarms that go off simultaneously, so if you forget to push the button, no worries. The automatic silent alarm has already been activated. As you walk away, we want you to know that help is already on the way. Your child will be picked up by an ambulance, taken to a hospital for evaluation, and placed with a forever family. If you are a woman in crisis and need to talk to our Safe Haven Crisis Line, call us at 1-866-99-BABY-1. Just remember our motto: no shame, no blame, no name. For more information, visit us at safehavenbabyboxes.com.
I have links in the description of this video for the Safe Haven Baby Box website. And I also will be adding links for specific states that have similar programs. So what do you think about that?
Nice video. I mean, that was a really nice video to show how they work, because so many people don't know how they work and how they operate. And Steph actually asked, how often are they used? 31 babies since January have been saved by these boxes.
Yeah, that's a
31
lot.
babies who did not get thrown in a trash can, who did not get left in a bathroom in a hospital or in a gas station or in the woods or whatever. 31 babies, 31 moms who made the hardest decision of their life to leave their child, and did the right thing for their kids.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's so many babies. Thank God that we have these today. I actually have a map from the Safe Haven Baby Box website. And let me make this big so everyone can see. These are the number of infants reported abandoned by the state. And this light blue color says 2023 are the numbers just for this year alone. It says how many could have been saved if the Safe Haven Baby Box program had been available in the community. And so I didn't add all of these numbers up because it just seems so very depressing. But it's by state, and there's at least one in every state, including Hawaii. Texas is a big problem area right now. 96 combined, I believe, or that might be 96 for the year. I'm not sure, but 96. Texas is a problem. California is a problem. Florida is a problem. Illinois, Massachusetts, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania seem to be the biggest numbers. But there's a lot. There's a lot going on with it. A lot. There's also, so I have a couple of video links of I think there's two videos of two of the more known cases right now, where girls have delivered in bathrooms or private areas and then thrown the baby away. And then I have a couple that are older, just to give context to why these boxes are so important. Jordan says, I'm a birth mom. I was raped when I was 15 and I was going to get kicked out of my mom's, abort or place. He's a beautiful teenager now. Jordan, you're an amazing person for making the choices that you made. I'm sorry that you went through that. But I'm very glad that you kept your baby. And I bet he's made your life absolutely wonderful. Just understand not feeling good enough to be a mom. I can understand that. Yeah, I mean, life sucks sometimes, right? We talk about it all the time. In all of these cases, it's easy to see life can suck. It can be very difficult. And with so many of these stories coming out now, I feel like it's important to see that there is another option where you're not legally held responsible for surrendering your child, and that there's a whole program, including resources. And that's what I thought was so important, were the resources and the new laws, the new Safe Haven laws that actually protect you for making the decision to hand over your baby. And legally, they can't ask questions.
Right. No, and that's just it. Like, this needs to be out there everywhere. Avery said that, they don't currently have this where she is, but they're working on a bill in Alabama to get that passed
Mhm.
so that they can implement safe haven baby boxes. And I think that's important too. Everywhere that there's at least one box, it's been used. They've all, like, I
Mhm.
don't know of a box that has not been utilized. And so we need more boxes. Maybe we need more awareness about the boxes.
Mhm.
Um, to get this out there. And they were also talking about, should this be included with like sex ed class and stuff like that in high school so that these teens know about this?
Yeah, that's a good question. What are your thoughts on that? Yeah, are you talking about I seen Avery's comment about maybe it should be included in sex education classes. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it honestly should, because we're telling kids how to safely have sex, or how to avoid STDs and things like that, but there's a lot of teenagers, I feel like,
Mhm.
that if they get pregnant, if something would happen, that they don't know where to go or what to do, or they're ashamed to tell their parents, or they're afraid that their parents are going to be angry or whatever. And so knowing that there would be somewhere safe for your child to go without you having to say a word, I think would be important.
Yeah. Yeah, when I've been researching this all day, started researching it a little bit last night. And one thing that I feel like is a big part of this is when you have a teenager who's pregnant and maybe doesn't come from the best home. Maybe there's lack of understanding. Maybe there's religious beliefs. Maybe there's, abuse for whatever the reason is. Parents are scary, when you're a teenager. And so telling your parents that you're sexually active, let alone that, you're pregnant, can be difficult. I mean, it can be one of the scariest things that you'll face, especially at such a young age. I think the case of the girl in Texas who delivered in a hospital bathroom and then wrapped the baby up into the garbage bag, I think that's pretty telling. She appeared to be petrified of her mother's reaction. And so I feel like a lot of times people, young children, our teenagers are not, if they're afraid of us as parents to say, hey, I made a mistake or I got pregnant or whatever, it has to be even scarier to go into a police station or a hospital or something like that where your anonymity is at stake. So finding out that not only can you keep your secret, but that your your baby that's born alive is going to go to a loving family that's going to raise your baby, and you're not going to be asked any questions. Child services is not coming to your home. You're not going to go to jail. There's no charges. Legally, there can't be. There is a safe haven law in all 50 states. Some of them, some states have addendums to those laws. Some of them have, changed the wording. Some of them are a little more sticky than others, but there are safe haven laws in every state that if you give up your baby within 30 days and your baby has not been abused, they cannot charge you. And I think getting that message out along with where these boxes are located, which I have maps and the website, how to donate, how to request, all of those things. I'm going to be dropping links. I feel like that makes a huge difference. It takes a lot of the scare away.
Absolutely. And Emily asked, if the baby is abused, then do they look for the mom? Yes. The conditions of this baby box is that the baby cannot have been abused. Um, if you leave your baby healthy, happy in this box and it's not been abused, then you will face no legal consequences. They won't know who you are, all of the things. If the child has been abused, obviously at that point they would search for whoever the abuser was.
Yeah. Yep. Agree with that. On top of that, there's a new part of the program that for 30 days, so they have foster to adopt families there's a waiting list. And that's where the baby is placed. There's a video that I'll play in a little bit later that explains this a lot better than I'm about to. But for 30 days, if you regret your decision, you can then contact your local law enforcement office and say, this is the box that I utilized. This is the sex of the baby, and this is the approximate time. And you can work with services then, basically change your mind and also not be charged, which I think is amazing. I think it's absolutely amazing. I agree with you, Avery. they know about these boxes, they're more likely to utilize them. Yes. And I think the key point, like Sleuth Mom said, is getting the information out there so that people know and that they're aware. But I want to show you guys some of the news stories. Some of them you may have heard, some of them you may not have heard. Most of these are fairly recent. But I want to show you some of the news stories as to why these are so important. Lise has an important question. Are these safe haven boxes being recorded on camera? From what I understand, no. There's no camera when you open the box, and there's no camera outside of the box. There may be traffic light cameras or door cams or something like that, but from what I understand, no. There's no cameras that are located anywhere strategically placed to see who may or may not be, using the box.
Okay, two things. Number one, I had no clue that they could go back and get their child again within 30 days. That's awesome. Because if they should, eventually feel like, okay, I did the wrong thing, like I want my baby or whatever, that there is a way back from this decision is great news also. And number two, it is storming horribly here.
Oh, no.
So if I should fall off at any point, it's my internet and I'll be back.
Okay. Yeah. I got the settings set, so I'll hear you pop back in. Alrighty. Let's go to a couple of these. This is the negativity for the night, but then we're going to get on to the happy, warm, fuzzy stuff.
Tonight's big story, a newborn baby was found abandoned in Mesa, left on a woman's doorstep. Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kariba Devine.
I'm Mark Curtis. The shocking discovery happened near McKellips and Record today. The woman says she found the child a few minutes after someone rang her doorbell.
Now, fortunately, the baby is okay, but as Team 12's Adriana Loya explains, the outcome could have been a lot worse.
Well, police say the newborn was left outside of the home in the middle of the day when temperatures were well over 100 degrees. All of this happening just a mile and a half away from this fire station, which is a designated safe haven for babies to be surrendered.
It's just unimaginable, unthinkable.
Less than 24 hours into this world, and this little one, wrapped in a baby blue blanket, already surpassing the odds.
Luckily, it ended okay for the baby this time.
The newborn was found abandoned in a home in Mesa, near Record and McKellips roads.
Happened to open the door, and the baby was right in front of the door on the ground.
Friday, around 11:30 a.m., a woman finding the baby on her doorstep after someone rang her doorbell.
She saw somebody pull in to the parking spot behind me. She saw feet that she identified as woman's feet. The police apparently think that must have been the person that dropped the baby off.
Police say the baby is less than a day old. He was taken to a hospital for observation, luckily alive and well. But that was not the case a week ago when a newborn's remains were found near 33rd Avenue and Pearson Street. And then on March 28th, another baby was found dead in a restaurant bathroom near 35th Avenue and Indian School Road.
By the time that somebody finds them, especially in this heat, it's pretty rare. So we got super lucky today.
Darian Gibson is a Glendale firefighter. He volunteers for Safe Baby Haven, an organization that helps people in similar situations.
You reach out to us and we can guide you through the whole process. Like the last thing that we will offer is the safe haven, because we want to make sure that you can be a parent. And if you don't think you can we get you into foster care or adoption agencies? And then if it is a last ditch thing where you need to go and you need to give your baby to us, we'll take it.
Since 2001, the agency safely taken in 55 babies, hoping to improve the odds of many more.
Super blessed that the baby's alive, but we still have a lot more education to do.
Now, police say the newborn has no relation to the woman who found him, but the department hopes that if you have any information, you give them a call. In Mesa, Adriana Loya, 12 News.
All right.
So this video was from July of last year, so roughly 11 months ago. Roughly 11. So fairly new. This next one is 8 months ago, and this one was pretty remarkable.
A heartbreaking situation about an hour outside of Houston where a couple woke up to the dog barking outside. They went out to investigate and they found a baby girl in their shed. And there are plenty of questions about how that little girl ended up there.
Archie the dog is barking like crazy. He's heard something in the garden shed. The homeowner comes over to investigate. Then he makes a startling discovery and yells to his wife to call 911. She's on the phone as she comes over. So what's causing all the excitement? There was an abandoned infant in the shed. The stunned homeowner cradles the child and takes her to the house. Then she wraps the girl in a towel and cuddles her as they wait for first responders. The ambulance gets there and takes the 9-month-old to a hospital in Houston.
I picked her up and cradled her to me, and she went right to sleep.
Catherine and John McClain tell me they were stunned by their discovery.
When I opened the door up, the baby was laying there on the floor right by a little motorcycle. She didn't cry. She just sort of looked up and, smiling at me.
What condition was the baby in?
She had bruises all over her body, pretty much. She looked so tired.
Doctors determined the child also had a broken leg. Cops say the child's father has been charged with abandoning his baby. The McClains say that's him trying to steal their car in his underwear. Their surveillance cameras also caught this image of the father and daughter. They say they're just glad Archie, the schnauzer, raised the alarm.
Might have been hours before we gone out there. Then she would have been in that hot shed all day.
The baby's mother has been with her in the hospital. She called the couple who found her to say thank you.
Pretty remarkable. That baby, other than some bruises, will live to have a story. And yes, Dizayam says, why isn't letting the father have his kid even mentioned as an option? And so in my research of this, I'm finding that fathers have the exact same rights as mothers when it comes to the safe haven laws. So if a mother were to turn over an infant, the father has that 30-day time period, just like the mother does. So the mother not telling the father what she's going to do, I mean, there's really nothing that anybody can do about that, but the father can go and get his child, which I think is amazing too. I mean, I'm a boy mom, so I can understand that too. But yet fathers have the same rights as mothers with safe haven laws.
That's good. That's good.
I'm not, Jordan was asking, how did she have a broken leg? Did he also get charged with the abuse? I'm not sure. I didn't look into that specific case. I was more focused on the random places that people leave their kids, just, because they don't know that there's options, that there's safe haven laws, and that they can, relinquish a baby over and not face charges.
Right. And even though the safe haven laws, like most of them end around 30 days old, there are a few states that extend to 45 days old. For older children, you can still relinquish your rights to them at hospitals. You can still take them to a hospital if you were having issues with for instance, that baby was 9 months old. So technically she wouldn't have been able to go under the safe haven law. But there is a safe way to give up custody of your children if you feel like you cannot be a parent.
Exactly. Can a father give up the baby without the mother's consent? I think there's like some sticky laws with that. I think it depends. I mean, once baby is born, if baby's born in hospital, there's paperwork, there's mother's information, father's information. I'm referring, what the stream is about with the safe haven laws would be about relinquishing that child. And so I think in that situation, there's not going to be paperwork. This is going to be a baby that's born in a bathroom or a bedroom or a car or, God forbid, a dark alleyway without medical care or anything like that going on. So I would say yes. The answer to that would be when it comes to a baby that's born in a bathroom, father can give up the baby without mother's consent. Mother would then go and, have that same 30-day period. From what I understand. I could be wrong, but I do have websites we can look through. But I wanted to see, let's see. Okay, I have 2 more of these. I don't know if anyone heard about this one, but this was in Tucson. This was about 5 years ago. Just shows that there's a continuation, that this is not a new problem. This is not an old problem becoming new. This is something that's just not been talked about that much. Hey, Valerie. Hey, Quiz.
Yeah. Somebody left a newborn baby with a note in the bathroom. In the bathroom? Well, we got her with a blanket or her.
And not only is it not a designated location, but she left it completely unattended. She didn't
Yes.
even leave it with an adult. Like, I'm sorry, but whenever people like that do get charges, I don't feel bad because, like, what are you thinking? Like, in a random
Right.
airport, anybody could have taken that child. Anybody.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like that is chargeable abandonment. I mean, that's child abuse, that's negligence, that's abandonment, that's all of those things. Because you're not utilizing any of the services. I mean, these boxes are amazing, but we've had laws, we've had the ability to surrender a newborn baby to a hospital, fire department, police station, a lot of times churches. And I feel like people don't want to answer the questions. They're afraid that they're going to be found out, that they're going to be caught. Maybe that's what's prevented them. But yeah, there's a huge difference in an airport bathroom versus, walking a newborn into a hospital and saying, I can't care for this baby. I think there's a huge difference.
Right. Lisa had asked a question earlier that I want to answer. She had asked, how do you get your child back if you decide to, like, what's the deciding factor? And so it sounds like you go through the child youth agency in your area. And I am going to assume that there would be some type of, proof that you can take care of that child at that point. Do you need emotional counseling, things like that, that they would probably want to check into before they just hand the baby right back? That's just my assumptions. I mean, it doesn't really go into it. It just says about contacting child youth agencies.
Yeah, that's what it says on the website too. That you first have to, have to claim that you had the baby, that you utilized the box. And so by giving the location and roughly the time, and then obviously, your identity and things like that. And yeah, I'm sure that there's programs that they want you to work through to ensure that you can care for the baby. But just having the option, sometimes we make mistakes and don't think about it until, way after. But anything is better than a trash bag, and anything is better than a trash bag. Like that really hit me the last stream. For 26 years, an infant that our community cried more for than the biological mother. That one hit me. That one hit me pretty hard. I thought there's got to be a positive to this situation, and this is what I could find. I think everyone's familiar with this one, and then I want to move on to the baby boxes and show you how they work and how they're safe, temperature controlled, locked. Once you open them, you can't open them again. Nobody can follow you to the box and try to take your baby. Some of the how to research not research, but how to click on a link and find your state for specific laws, the safe haven laws pertaining to your states, and then where the boxes are located, how to request a box. I have all that information and links. So I'm going to play this one and then pull up a couple of the good stories where these babies have been reunited with the firemen that rescued them from the box, or that, that pulled them out of the box, kind of thing. I think everyone's seen this one.
They say she did the unthinkable, throwing away her newborn baby like a piece of trash. And it was all caught on surveillance video. Giuli Frednick has the story, and I do want to warn you, this story contains video that's certainly going to be found disturbing to some viewers.
To anyone else, this video looks like a woman throwing away a bag of trash. But now we know what was inside that bag was a precious treasure.
Hey, KB.
Police believe you're watching 18-year-old Alexis Avila of Hobbs throw her living newborn baby into an area dumpster.
Something wasn't right. I saw the officers' faces, and they did not look right. They really didn't.
Joe Imbriali owns Riggs Outfitters in Hobbs. He says police called him Friday night with a request to view his surveillance footage.
I said, "What is it we are looking for?" And she goes, "We're looking for somebody that dumped a black garbage bag in your dumpster." And I turned around and said, "Please don't tell me it was a baby."
The video shows who is believed to be Avila leaving the dumpster at 2 Friday afternoon. 6 hours later, you can see 3 people searching through the same dumpster. They pull out a black bag and start looking through it. Seconds later, a woman reacts to what's inside and starts opening the bag. She pulls out the newborn baby, still alive, and tends to it. Once the child is wrapped up, she brings it to their truck while a man in the group is on the phone. They pull the truck away from the dumpster, and you can see police and an ambulance arrive minutes later. Police immediately start looking in the dumpster, and paramedics take the child to a local hospital.
I was in shock just to see this.
Imbriali couldn't believe his eyes as he reviewed that video with police.
Yeah, I can't sleep at night just knowing that this baby was tossed in a dumpster like that. I'm sorry, but who does it? That is evil. That is just, I don't have words for it.
I don't blame him. Very upsetting. Wow. Now, as for Avila, investigators located her car over the weekend. They say she did confess to giving birth to the baby and then taking it to the dumpster. She was set to face a Lea County judge this morning, charged with attempted murder and felony child abuse.
Show your horse.
Seriously, thank God for dumpster divers.
Yes. Can you imagine the trauma? That would be so traumatizing for, I mean, I'm a mom. I can't imagine opening a dumpster and finding an infant, living, breathing infant who was clearly just born. Can you imagine that? That's trauma.
Absolutely. So Mama Bear had asked about volunteering for the Safe Haven, and I put a link in my chat. I think it goes to both chats actually.
Mhm.
This link, I'm going to put it again. This is ways that you can help volunteer, and they actually even have ways for students, like high school aged and stuff, that they can get credits towards, college or whatever, helping to volunteer as well. Not so much taking care of the children with them, but spreading the word, getting brochures and different things that they can pass out at their church, at their school, any other locations. They also need help organizing like baby showers, quote unquote, to collect items that are much needed for mothers who may be in need, or babies who are collected within these boxes for items that that child would need throughout, its infancy, and for them to have on hand at fire departments and things like that, until an ambulance obviously would be taking the child to the hospital from that point. Depending on your hospital, I know that a lot of laws changed with COVID and things within nursing wings. They used to allow people to go and sit with newborn children. I know that my hospital doesn't any longer. Even as a parent, it's hard to go into the nursing wing now because of how many things they have going on with the COVID restrictions and stuff. They never open things back up.
Mhm.
But that may be something you could even look into in your area and see if they ever open stuff like that back up. Because like I know like the NICU and stuff used to allow volunteers to go in and sit with babies and talk to them and things like that so that they had human contact.
Oh,
But
yeah.
there's the link there though, because I mean the nurses are just busy, you know what I mean,
Mhm.
all the time. And so it just gives them that human contact that, you know, this newborn wouldn't get otherwise because if they don't have a parent who's there comforting them and being with them. So
I'm glad you
that's
said
something to look
that.
in.
I
Mhm.
forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, there are a lot of services, or a lot of those options for volunteering at hospitals. I know, in my area, those services are back open. And of course, there's an application process and a background check and
Right.
all of that. But yeah, yeah, I forgot all about that. You're so smart.
Mhm.
I just dropped a link. Let me grab it again and put it in the back chat for your chat. Um, I thought were some interesting talking points about what makes these so quote unquote unique and special. I wanted to go over kind of quickly here. And I found these on the website, of course. Can you see that okay? I have it blown up, but if I need to blow it up more, just let me know.
Nope, I can see it.
Okay. All right. So this was for the state of Ohio. Let me grab the link for for all locations and by state. Let me drop that because you'll be able to click on that link at any point. These links are also will be in the description after this is over. Let me drop it in the back chat for you too, Sleuth Mom. These are for each individual state, and I found all of them except for a couple maybe have the same talking points. There was just a handful of differences, but I think that it's important information in Ohio, but around the country, there's more. Funding is provided by local businesses, churches, and private donors. Baby boxes are located on the exterior wall of a safe haven location, and every baby box calls 911 when the outside door is opened. I have a video that goes into more detail of how they work. The Department of Health does not advertise the use of newborn safety incubators on their website alongside other ways to surrender. No fire station in America has someone present in the building 24/7. If there is a fire call, no one is staying behind. What is the $500 registration fee used for that each location has to pay to do the program? Their names and addresses are not even listed as a safe haven anonymous drop-off location on the ohio.gov website. That's for every state. Each location has to re-register every 3 years and pay another fee. What is that money used for? 90% of all anonymous surrenders happen in fire station baby boxes. How many deceased newborns have been found in dumpsters and trash cans since 2018? With the state not advertising the anonymous safe haven drop, this may have impacted these numbers. Baby Box is a final resource for women in crisis to ensure a safe surrender of an infant. Safe Haven Baby Box's mission is to end infant abandonment by raising awareness of the Safe Haven law and by providing resources for a safe and legal surrender, including an anonymous surrender option with the Safe Haven Baby Box. The Safe Haven Baby Box organization staffs a 24-hour hotline at 1-866-99-BABY-1 to give women the opportunity to talk to a trained professional as they consider their options, including safely surrendering their baby. We are protecting and promoting life. Some women want complete anonymity, and this Safe Haven Baby Box provides that for them. Safe Haven Baby Boxes save lives. Since 2017, 21 babies have been surrendered inside Safe Haven Baby Boxes. Nationwide, 121 surrenders have resulted from calls to the Safe Haven Baby Boxes national hotline. 7 baby box surrenders have occurred so far this year. These numbers come from the year 2020. The Safe Haven Baby Box is a double down on the Safe Haven law. The law is invisible, and the Safe Haven Baby Box is a visual representation of the law. It's a crucial option for women in crisis. The Safe Haven Baby Box is an opportunity for a mother in crisis to give her baby a better future and a loving family while legally protecting her identity. And let's see. I think the anonymity is probably one of the best parts. Just if you don't want people to know, you're protected, and the laws, there's laws that protect you. I have information coming up here quickly for those in the chat asking about how to obtain a Safe Haven Baby Box, how to request one, how to get one, where to go. I have some information about that.
Honestly, like I wish that every college town, and I know that sounds horrible to single out college students, but it seems like that age range, where that, I don't know. I wish that every college town had this everywhere.
Oh, I agree. I mean, it's saving the lives of babies. It's absolutely saving the lives of babies. So here's a press conference. Let's look at the date here. It goes back 2 years, and then I have a follow-up. So there was a baby that was surrendered in a Safe Haven Baby Box, Clarksville, Indiana. And then I have a follow-up to that was just a few days ago, actually, where they're going to show us how healthy and wonderful the baby is today.
All right. Thank you guys so much for coming today. This is a great day to be from Clarksville, Indiana.
I want to say really quick, this woman that we're looking at right here is the CEO/founder of the nonprofit organization Safe Haven Baby Box. Her story, I believe this is the press conference where she tells a little bit about her story and why she's so passionate about this. She's such a remarkable human being that just really has a passion for putting these boxes everywhere that they're needed. I have so much respect for her.
My name is Monica Kelsey. I'm the founder and current CEO of Safe Haven Baby Boxes. We are the only organization in America today that is putting resources out there for women to utilize to remain anonymous with a safe surrender. There's 3 reasons why we have you guys here today, and I want to explain those so that you understand. First is to educate on the Safe Haven law. The Safe Haven law for Indiana allows any mother who doesn't want or can't care for her newborn child or father to be able to surrender that child, no questions asked, to a firefighter, paramedic, hospital staff, or in a designated Safe Haven Baby Box, which you see behind me today. Baby has to be 30 days old or less and unharmed. The second reason that we brought you here today is to share the good news that this box worked exactly as it was designed to work. And to remind the public that it's here and available for women in the community. The third reason that I have you guys here today is so that I can speak directly to the mother or the father that surrendered this child yesterday here at Clarksville Fire Station. We have resources for you. We honor you today. We are so thankful that you kept your child safe and allowed us to be here in your time of need. You can contact us. You will remain anonymous. We don't know who you are. We just want to reach our hand to you and let you know that there are resources available for you if you need them. And all you have to do is call the 800 number that's on the baby box behind me. This box was donated by the Knights of Columbus, 100%. No tax dollars went into this baby box. And the community brought resources to make sure that no tax dollars went into this box. The box is only about 6 months old. If you remember, we were here in October blessing this box. And yesterday morning at 7:05 a.m., this box paid for itself. A healthy, beautiful baby girl was surrendered here yesterday morning by a very brave and selfless parent who chose this box for this child. This child is a wanted child that will be adopted within 30 to 45 days. we actually have a waiting list for safe haven babies in the state of Indiana. This baby will be loved and adopted very quickly. I want to bring up the fire chief. The fire chief was actually here yesterday when this baby was surrendered, and I'm sure you guys would love to hear a few words from him.
Thank you, Monica. Well, all I can say is wow. Yesterday was probably one of the most amazing days of my career as a firefighter here. Like Monica said, 6 months ago, we blessed this box, and yesterday it delivered a blessing. The baby was beautiful. It was a very emotional experience for the firefighters. And, you know, we get to experience a lot of the end of life. And yesterday we experienced the beginning of life. And the baby was not in any distress. It was cared for by emergency medical technicians that we employ here as firefighters. And I even got to use my parenting skills of 14 years and was able to swaddle the little girl myself. When I got the call yesterday from the lieutenant that was on duty, I felt like I was being called to when my wife was delivering her baby. And it was very emotional for me, but it was a good emotional, because this baby didn't have any parents with it. It didn't have any loved ones at the time that it was surrendered, but it only took about 15 seconds to gather 3 or 4 loved ones here. That baby now has forever love from the firefighters that served on yesterday. And when she is ready to, she is more than welcome to have a home here at Clarksville Fire Department. I'm very proud of the resource we have. I'm also proud of the team that it takes to get this type of resource. But I want to let you know that it's not about Clarksville Fire Department. It's not about the donors. It's not about the team. It's about this resource is here for parents that we don't know the situation they're in and what decisions they have to make. But we're here. We're ready. We respect you. The thing you did yesterday was very brave and courageous, and God bless you. I do want to thank a special lady. I'll bring her up right now, Caitlin Henderson. Come on up, Caitlin. Caitlin was a driving force to get this box here in Clarksville. Not only did she reach out to other departments in the area, and I responded very, very quickly, because I thought it was a great idea, and it was an idea that my wife had about 6 or 7 years ago when we experienced our stillborn baby. Caitlin worked really, really hard and networked in this county and across the community, and was able to raise the funds for the installation of the box. And I just want to say thank you, Caitlin, for everything you've done, because we did it. We saved a life yesterday. We said, you know, when we went into this with Safe Haven, the town council, and the community, if it saves one, it paid for itself. Well, here we are 7 months later, it saved one, and everything we get from now on is a bonus. So to the parents, thank you. Your baby is doing well. She's beautiful, and she's loved. I'd like to welcome up District 1 Councilman Tim Hauber.
Thank you. Just to add to what Brandon said, I feel like life can deal us some twists and turns, but I absolutely feel like yesterday God took a bad situation and made a good one out of it. And because of that, a child is safe and alive, and she's free to be whatever she wants to be. That's all I had. Thank you.
Like I said earlier, education is everything when we come into a day like today, and encouraging the mom to reach out for resources. But I want to remind you what is happening all over this country, but not in the state of Indiana because of our boxes, and that is babies are being left in trash cans and dumpsters across this country. Indiana has not had a dead baby in our state since 2014, but we've had a record number of babies in our boxes. And I think it's a good thing to say that the boxes have flipped that tide. But I want you to hear from someone that actually travels this country and buries these babies after they're found in dumpsters and trash cans, so you know what the alternative would have been if this box wasn't in Clarksville.
Good morning. I'm Linda Zanacco, founder of He Knows Your Name Ministries, and it is a joy to stand here this morning and say it's a girl. Like, Chief said, we all feel like we're in a maternity ward, don't we? Like on the, hearing the great news that a baby's healthy and alive. Unlike baby Amelia, who was found at Eagle Creek Park in Indianapolis, December 28th, 2014. Like Monica said, that mother chose not to exercise her rights under the Safe Haven law, even though there was a fire station just 2 miles down the road. And yet here we stand 7 months after dedicating this box, which has the footprint of that baby Amelia on it, just representing the fact that we have not had a baby deceased, found abandoned in our state since her finding. And that is such a joy for us to say that it's working. We are raising awareness and educating. So many people say to both Monica and I, why is the media there? Why are you talking about this since this is an anonymous safe surrender option under the Safe Haven law? And it is because we need to raise awareness all over this country for the fact that there still are babies found abandoned. Amelia was found wrapped in a sweatshirt, umbilical cord, placenta, and all. And this baby yesterday morning, was found wrapped in a towel, placenta, umbilical cord, and all. This mother, I'm sure, was scared, and we want to tell her this morning we love her, we're proud of her, we respect her for her decision of life. When she chose to carry her baby and she chose this option, she chose to use her own 2 feet to walk up here and see baby Amelia's footprint on the logo of the Safe Haven baby box. And we are just filled with joy for her this morning and for her. I mean, we hope she's watching this morning and she feels like she's getting reassurance that she's respected and loved and honored by us. And we are thankful for the forever family that we know is waiting to adopt and care for this baby forever and give this baby a future. It's like a birthday party waiting to happen for this baby. Thank you for coming and thank you for celebrating with us this morning.
I'm going to bring the chief up and just ask if you guys have any questions that we.
Guys, I just want to let you know in my chat, I'm dropping Sleuth Mom's channel membership links. This Vilomah.Unstuck channel is not monetized. So that is for Sleuth Mom's channel link. And so please, I'm sure that you're all acquainted with Sleuth Mom's channel. If not, please go get acquainted. It's the best true crime channel out here. And I strongly encourage, if you're going to support any of the channels, support Sleuth Mom's channel by grabbing that membership link. You will not regret it. It's where I'm at all the time. Come hang out with me in the chat. We got a few more minutes of this, and then we'll show you an update on the baby.
Can answer that we would be able to answer.
Monica, just some numbers. How many, first of all, when did the Safe Haven boxes land in Indiana? And how many babies since that have the boxes taken?
So the first box was installed at my firehouse in Woodburn, Indiana in April of 2016. The first baby came in 2017, second baby in 2018. And it's just kept going from there. We've had a total of 11. This baby yesterday was baby 11 in the state of Indiana, or I'm sorry, 10 in the state of Indiana. One baby was saved in one of our boxes in Arkansas. So that's 10 babies that we have been able to give a forever family to that was not found in a dumpster or a trash can.
Adoption comes within 30 to 45 days. Is it closer to just maybe a week or two, or is it more
So the state of Indiana, the baby will go into the foster care system, but they'll be placed with a foster to adopt family until the paperwork is completed, which usually takes a while, probably 6 months. But the baby will be with their forever home almost immediately when they're taken out of the hospital. And that's important because these babies need to bond with their adoptive family. And so we've made it extremely easy for these babies to be placed right away.
How, if people at home watching this want to get, I know you said there's a waiting list, how do people join that list?
So they need to be a foster to adopt family. And the great thing about adopting a Safe Haven baby is it doesn't cost you anything. When you adopt a Safe Haven baby, you're adopting it through the system. There is also hundreds of kids in the Indiana foster care system that need adopted. And so if you are one of those parents that just says, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to adopt a child and give them a home. Contact the Department of Child Services. Become a foster parent today. There is no greater need than right now for that.
Just a little more numbers. How many, you spoke about funds being raised.
how much does it cost for the installation of one of these, and how could an organization like Knights of Columbus get involved to contribute?
So the box program cost about $10,000, and then the installation costs are additional. The firehouses don't buy these boxes because we don't want them to be responsible for taking care of them. So they lease them from us for $200 a year. And we recertify the boxes and we upgrade the boxes on a yearly basis. It doesn't, I mean, our expenses are more than $200 a year, but we're a nonprofit and we want to make sure that the firehouses can't afford this. So if this box was to break, this box would be repaired by our electrician with the help of our engineer. It would never fall back on the fire department. But that is the only cost. This box will probably be here for 20 years. Just think of how many lives can be saved because of one box and one check from the Indiana Knights of Columbus that said, I want you to put a box wherever it's needed. And we chose Clarksville Fire Station.
Can you explain how the box works? What happens when you open the door?
So as soon as the box opens up, the outside door, the first alarm goes off. This baby yesterday was in this box for less than a minute. 1 minute, less than 60 seconds, this baby was in this box. When baby's placed inside, the outside door locks. So no one can come after this mother or father surrenders this child and steal this child from the box. A second alarm is already activated inside the firehouse and to the 911 system. And firefighters are paged out via their radios to head to the box that there's a baby placed in the box. And like I said, this baby was in this box for less than a minute and no one's seen the parent, which is the great thing about the anonymity piece of this baby box.
You kind of started talking about it, but when you got this call yesterday, you know, you kind of said it was like when your wife was going into labor. What was it like for the firefighter or firefighters who were there when they opened that door on the inside and actually saw that baby? Have you talked to them and heard their reaction?
Absolutely. I spent quite a bit of time with them yesterday. They're actually standing behind you right now. But that being said, the firefighter lieutenant actually heard the door engage when the door was closed. And so this baby was actually, within a matter of 10 seconds, was recognized that was in the box. Yesterday, he paged overhead for his crew to respond to the watch room, and they removed the baby. He gave it to his crewmates, which provided any aid or just actually cleaning her up. She wasn't in any distress. He then immediately called me. I live about a mile and a half away, and I made it here to the fire station before Central Alarm actually dispatched us, which was probably 4 minutes if they would have had to dispatch us, but we went ahead and cleared the alarm. It's hard to describe the feeling you get. It's very similar to when you were in that OR or that OB room and you see that life begin. It's very emotional. I had a little bit of a moment with my wife yesterday, just happy tears. And, you know, I'm thankful the professionalism that our firefighters showed and the love that they showed. We arrived at the hospital and we stayed with her until she went to the NICU, and we made sure she was stable and just doing well. And there was no hesitation when I asked the firefighter, "Do you want to go upstairs with us?" And he said, "Absolutely, yes."
I know it said she was healthy. Do we know full term?
Full term.
This is not just available to Clarksville. This box is available to the surrounding area.
That's correct. Yeah, this is a community resource. So,
well, and let's be clear also, if you are from the state of Kentucky and you need this resource, it is not illegal for you to cross state lines and utilize this. It is legal for you in the state of Indiana. It is also now legal in the state of Kentucky. We are working with locations in the state of Kentucky to bring this resource to the state of Kentucky. But right now, if you need this resource available, you can cross state lines to keep your child safe. It is not illegal to do.
I just want to add, this video is about a year old, I believe, a year and a couple of months. And there are 2 boxes currently located in the state of Kentucky. And so the laws since then, in that short period of time, the laws have accommodated. The safe haven laws are there, and there are 2 boxes, one in northern Kentucky and one in southeastern Kentucky. There's a link that I just dropped, safe haven location map by state, where you can find exactly where they're located at.
You said across the country, people continue to find babies harmed in dumpsters and other places like that. Do you have numbers on that, or how often that happens?
So the reporter is asking for numbers on the number of babies that have been found in dumpsters, trash cans, and other places. That's the question. You could barely hear it, so figured I'd let you know what the reporter was asking.
So we do track abandonments nationwide, and the average numbers of babies left in trash can, dumpsters, side of the road is between 125 to 175 a year. Way too many for the United States of America. We've had 2 sets of twins in the state of New York this year found abandoned and dead. And we're trying to get into the state of New York, Florida. We've got a box in Florida. All of the big states that need us, we are working to get in. As you can see, Indiana has fixed the problem of infant abandonment in our state, and we're looking to do that nationwide now. As most of you know, I was abandoned as an infant. That's why I started this organization. And I have dedicated my life. I retired as a firefighter and a medic back in 2019. I've dedicated my life now to working across this country to make sure that no baby dies on my watch ever again. Thank you. Any other questions? Actually, today I am blessing the 55th box in the state, the 64th box in the country at Sugar Creek Fire Department in Terre Haute. Tomorrow I have 2 more blessings. We're adding 2 more boxes. And I don't see it giving up anytime soon, considering we're now legal in the state of Kentucky. We also passed in Oklahoma. Multiple states are getting on board because they're seeing the success that Indiana has had, and they want to be a part of it.
Would like to add one thing. This program, it requires a lot of team members, and not only Clarksville Fire Department, Safe Haven, it requires collaboration with the local hospital, EMS agencies. That EMS agency is here, New Chapel Fire and EMS. They actually were the transporting agency yesterday. The professionalism that they showed and just the mutual aid that we provide each other on a daily basis, with my firefighters working directly with them and actually in the back of the squad yesterday helping with the transport, with me escorting. It's nice to see that this community collaborated this effort and came together to provide a life for this little girl. We're going to continue that relationship. We're going to train more. Right now, this has really opened a lot of eyes. There were probably some doubts that it would ever be used, and a slice of humble pie got served yesterday. So I'm really proud of it, and I'm proud of the responders that worked with us, and I'm specifically proud of my firefighters.
You know, we stood here in October of last year, and the town council said that, the chief came to him a year ago and said, I want to cut a hole in your $7.5 million firehouse that you just built. Y'all remember this? And
So you're probably wondering, how do they work, right? How do the baby boxes work? So let me show you. It's a quick little video. I'm going to drop the link for this one also. Let's watch how this works, and then we'll watch the update. Pretty neat how these work.
when a mom walks up to one of our Safe Haven baby boxes and she needs to utilize this resource that we have available for her, she's going to walk directly up to the box. She's going to pull the little handle. She's going to open up the door. As soon as this door is opened up, one of the alarms is already going off. It's a silent alarm that mom will not hear. When she places baby inside the box, another alarm goes off that she will not hear. When she shuts the door, she won't be able to reopen the door. The door actually locks once baby's placed inside. The baby can only be retrieved from the inside of the fire station, or in this case, the inside of the hospital. Inside, you'll see a green light that is always green if there is no baby in our box. Once there's a baby placed in our box, you'll see a green plus a yellow orangish light because the beam from across has been broken. After mom places her baby in one of our Safe Haven baby boxes, one of the staff or the EMTs or the paramedics or the nurses will come down to the baby box. They're going to open the inside door. They're going to grab the bassinet. And they're going to head for the emergency room.
I think it's pretty neat how that works. And they're temperature controlled. You cannot reopen it from the outside. Nobody can come in and take the baby. I think all those things make them extra special. I mean, so the next question that people have is, what's in the orange bag? What are the resources that they keep talking about for the mothers or the fathers that are relinquishing their babies that are using these boxes? And so one thing I think is so amazing about this company, they're non-for-profit, but what I think is so amazing about them is that they also care about the mom that just delivered and gave birth, and they care about, you know, dads that are going through this process. So the resources that they talk about are in the orange bag. So every time you open the door to place the baby inside, this orange bag falls out or it's sticking out. You have to take it. So let me show you what's in the bag.
The number one question coming from our TikTok account right now is, what is in the orange bag? So we're going to show you what's in the orange bag. And it's basically a lot of resources for parents, and it depends on which location. There's different resources in different counties and different states. So there might be a little bit more resources in some other bags than what's in ours. But one Spanish and English guide, letting them know the safe haven law so that they can assure themselves that they follow the law. There's also a legal paper in here, and I don't really want to say legal paper, but it just shows the code. Like we're in Indiana right now, so it shows the Indiana code, and that what she's done is completely legal. There's also what to look for after giving birth. This is also on our website. The majority of our babies are not born in hospitals. So some of our babies come with placenta still attached. Some of them come with the cord cut, not clamped. But we want to make sure that mom is okay. So it's things to look for after giving birth, like hemorrhaging, infection, and then, of course, after a couple of weeks, probably depression. And we're getting a run at this fire station, as you can tell. There's also a safe haven registry. And this is probably one of the most important things that are in this bag, besides the what to look for after giving birth, because it gives this parent an opportunity to take this and leave, but then mail it back in with identifying or non-identifying information. And what that means is she can give her medical history, she can give dad's medical history, she can give how many kids she had, if this was a healthy birth, if this was a healthy pregnancy, any heart disease or anything like that that's in the family. She can actually put on this, mail back, email back, and then we'll get it to the child so that the child will grow up knowing some of their history. That's it. So now you know the rest of the story about what is in the orange bag.
So I think that's amazing. I think giving the option to give any medical history that would be relevant to your baby, to let them know what to look out for, anything that you have going on. I think it's amazing, and you can still keep your anonymity. You can not face legal repercussion for doing it the right way. So I have an update on one of the babies that was left. Sleuth Mom had to step away for just a minute. So I want to share this with you. Let me make sure I get the sound on there. Yeah, I love that they care about not just the baby, but the birth family, the adopting family. This is such an amazing program. It's like a breath of fresh air on this platform. Breath of fresh air.
Since someone dropped off a newborn baby in the state's only safe haven box in Ocala.
Yeah, and if you've been wondering whatever happened to that baby girl, we are happy to bring you the first pictures of her. Baby Zoe is a happy and healthy little girl, in large part thanks to that baby box and the rescuer on the other side of that box. All new at 6, News 6's Eric Von Enken talked with Zoe's parents to see how they are growing together as a family.
It turns out the baby's adoptive dad
is a firefighter here at the main station in Ocala, where the baby box is installed. The only one in Ocala, and for that matter, the only one in all of Florida. And it's the reason that the baby came into Dad's life in the first place. And out of respect for the family's privacy, we are not putting them on camera. This is baby Zoe, precious and perfect at 6 months old, and you'd never know about her unconventional introduction to her parents. This is where her dad first met the baby girl, abandoned last January in Florida's only baby box. Her dad is a firefighter here and tells me off camera he was checking on the box when the alarm went off and discovered the little girl inside with a shoelace tying off her umbilical cord. He and his wife had been trying to start a family for a decade, so after rushing the baby to the hospital, they began the adoption process. Today, they are her adoptive parents, named her Zoe, and have fallen in love with her.
So I just wanted to put a few boxes here in Indiana and save the 2 babies a year that we were finding deceased.
Monica Kelsey, who was abandoned as an infant herself, brought the baby box to Ocala Fire Rescue Headquarters in 2020, never knowing, of course, Zoe would find refuge here, but expecting that some baby at some point would.
We've had 10 this year. In 2023, this is a record year for us. It's working, and this little girl is proof that these boxes are needed in Florida.
The box is climate controlled, locks from the outside when the door closes, and immediately alerts rescuers when a baby is placed inside. Zoe was getting medical attention in less than 2 minutes. The boxes only go in at fire stations and hospitals. The idea is to have a medical professional on the other side of the box, and currently Monica is working on putting the next one here in Florida up in the Gainesville area. She's got 153 around the country, and she says any hospital or any mayor who comes to her and asks for a box, she'll gladly have one installed. She says she even has donors to pay for the installation. In Ocala, Eric Von Eycken getting results. News 6.
Here's how so freaking adorable.
I know,
Oh my
isn't
gosh.
she? She's so cute. What a happy ending. Like, oh my God, what a happy ending. She's loved, she's cared for, she's precious, she's healthy, she's wonderful. They have been blessed with a new child. I mean, there's not another happy ending, is there?
It's so freaking awesome. And then Kentucky, they just recently got their second baby box installed, and they've already had their second baby dropped off in it this past week in Louisville, Kentucky. So I thought that was freaking awesome too, because that just happened.
Yeah. Wow. They're being used, man. That's like amazing. They're being used, They're I think it's awesome. I think it's amazing. We did have a question in the chat earlier, and I wanted to play this video to address that. Downtown Wonder, thank you so much. Sleuth Mom, $20 super chat there. Let me put that up on the screen for you.
Downtown Wonder, thank you so much. That's so amazing. I appreciate your support so much.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for that. Greatly appreciate that. I started it for you in the back here. So the question that came in was like, what about dads? Can dads do this? Do dads have the same rights, that kind of thing? So there's a video here. It's kind of short because the answers are exactly what we think they are. Yes, dads have rights. Dads have the same rights that moms have. So let me play this quick. And then if you want Sleuth Mom, we can look at some of the frequently asked questions and facts and then drop the links for the website.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Glad this question was asked because I've wanted to answer this question for a long time, but I just haven't had the time or.
So the question on the screen is the process the same for if a man/father were to drop a baby off? Would you ask for info on the mother? And here's the answer.
Or honestly probably forgot. But moms and dads have the same rights. Not mothers do not have more rights than a father does when it comes to the safe haven law. Either parent can surrender the child legally under the safe haven law. Now, if say dad surrenders the child and mom wants the child back, again, every child, which you've seen in multiple videos of mine,
they have 30 days to come back if they choose that they want to parent this child. The same thing applies. If a mother is missing her child for more than a few hours, I'm sure she's going to contact the authorities and find out where her child is. And so also every child that is placed through the protection of the Safe Haven law goes through the missing and exploited children's database to find out if this child is kidnapped or anything like that. So you can't just bring a kid to a fire station and surrender it if it's not legally your child, or you have guardianship of that child or anything like that. So keep in mind that both parents have the same rights. And if either parent wants to parent the child, they can both, or either one, can step back into that child's life within 30 days after a child is surrendered. So hope that answers your question.
I think the thing about this that makes the biggest difference is that you don't have to face look at somebody while you give your child up. You don't have to like see the guilt look or the questions or whatever. You know, it's complete total anonymity. I mean, the safe haven laws have existed for 20 years and we still see babies harmed day after day after day after day after day. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so these boxes getting utilized so much, it just proves that like we need them everywhere. We need them absolutely everywhere because we may never have another child, you know, thrown in a trash can again if every fire department had this.
Mm-hmm.
Every fire department, every hospital, every church.
Yeah. Yeah, saving lives. I mean, a lot of people want to take this topic. You know, I've been watching message boards and comment threads, and a lot of people want to take this concept, right, of the safe haven baby box and make it a political thing or make it about abortion or make it about, you know, to me, I would prefer to keep it simple. I mean, we can't do anything about, I mean, we can vote and change, you know, political aspects of things by voting. But when it comes down to a teenager, a young person, an abused person, anything, any person who's having decisions, who's about to make a decision on a brand new life, I would much rather put this baby in a safe haven baby box or take this baby to, you know, a hospital or to a church or, like you said, police station or any of those places that you just named, as opposed to a trash bag thrown in the trash or the side of the road or in a wooded section. I think it doesn't have to be about politics, and it has to be about what's right and wrong. And yeah, I can see saving lives. And like you said, Sleuth Mom, not having to be face to face with people, not having the guilt and the shame and all of the negative emotions, you know, slapping you in the face at the time that you're, you know, that you're handing this baby over. I mean, this is the safest, most, I don't know, I don't want to say easy. I don't think it's an easy decision, but this is the safest way for mother and child, because mother also has resources, contacts, you know, places that she can go, people that she can talk to, and then you have your 30-day period.
Right. And then the fact that they put that orange bag with the information for mom, potentially, if it's mom that's dropping off, you know, in there, that's so important too, because like she said, you know, these are oftentimes births that are happening not in a hospital. And so, I mean, are you going to know if you're 15 years old and terrified to look for hemorrhaging, to look for things like that, you know? And so
right.
I love everything about this company. This isn't the first video that I've done on safe haven baby boxes. I think the last one though was over a year ago. And so I'm so glad that you invited me on to do this again so that we could just refresh it for everybody's brain on my channel and get it out there to more people, you know, everywhere. It needs to be everywhere.
Yeah, when you see the numbers over the last 5 years, like she started this program in 2016 in the state of Indiana, which is why Indiana has so many more boxes. There was a need, and she saw, and from her own life experience, I mean, this is another example of taking a tragedy and turning it into a triumph. And I love those stories personally. I love those stories, taking your pain and suffering and tragedy and turning it into something positive and leaving a mark on the world and she has quite the mark that she's leaving on the world. I can't imagine myself, but I say that's the worst thing to say, when it comes to grief and loss and things like that. Like, I can't imagine. I just can't imagine. I think sometimes that's the last thing that you want to hear. In this situation, I really can't understand, but I can be so thankful and so grateful for the young, our young people or any person who's made the decision to allow their baby a life as opposed to, garbage can. I mean, I respect you. I commend you. If you're one of them, you're an amazing person. You're a hero and you should be celebrated, not shamed. And that's my belief.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm going to drop
Gosh.
in the chat right now the infant safe haven laws. Here's a link that you can click on. I popped it in the back chat for you. Infant safe haven laws. When you click on that link, you can go to state specific information. And then I have child welfare information, the gateway and state specific search for infant safe haven laws. 2 different websites where you can get the most up-to-date information. So I'm going to drop both of those in the chat. And for, I researched, but I can't do for all 50 states. I'm not that smart. But I do there's the link where you can go and get information specific for you. And then there was some questions in your chat, Sleuth Mom, about how to volunteer for organizations like this, or what can you do to help. There's also some information on the actual website, the Safe Haven Baby Box website. I'm going to drop that in the chat. Also, there's a wonderful Q&A section where you can actually download and fill out paperwork to submit for various different things. They are taking donations of all kinds of baby stuff. So there's the website for that, for the most up-to-date information. And I wanted to go over a few things on the website if you have time for that, but another 15 minutes and then we can call
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Okay.
Let's do it.
So here's the actual website, and I played around and navigated quite a bit on here today. But I wanted to show you they're more than just baby boxes. They have memorial scholarships. They have fundraising. They have bingo nights, all kinds of stuff. And then they have a lot of really detailed information on these boxes and why people can't, thank you, Rena, why people can't have one, attached to their home. There's people that have asked that question, can I have one built into my home? And I get it. I love babies too. But there's also resources that are here. There's ways to donate that are here. 8 ways to help Safe Haven Baby Boxes. Make a tax-deductible donation. Share, like, and comment on social media. Sponsor a medical bassinet at a location. Shop the store, which I'll show you here. Spearhead a local billboard campaign on Safe Haven law, which is something I'm going to look into later this summer. Later in the wintertime. List Safe Haven Baby Boxes as your Amazon Smile charity, which I didn't even know we could do. Contact a fire station or hospital about placing a baby box. Contact your local school to help us promote Safe Haven laws. So the question earlier, I believe Avery was asking, was about, is this part of like sexual education or something? From what I understand, they're trying to incorporate this as another option, an alternative option to abortion or adoption, the traditional ways. So you can mail a check to Safe Haven Baby Boxes at this P.O. Box in Woodburn, Indiana. And then after they receive your check, you'll receive a thank you letter in the mail, and you can save for your taxes. They are a 501c3. Their employee ID number is listed here on the website. You can also donate online by clicking the donate today. They have a link with all of their locations. You can scroll down through. I mean, there's pages upon pages upon pages in various states where boxes are at. And I know this is not up to date. It tells you that after the boxes have been blessed and been put in service, I think for 30 days, they add them to the list. I think that there's roughly 50 that are not on here yet because the blessings are like a big celebration, and so they publicly do those. They do those on the news and things like that. They have a mission statement. Safe Haven Baby Box's mission is to prevent illegal abandonment of newborns by raising awareness, offering a 24-hour hotline for mothers in crisis, and offering a Safe Haven Baby Boxes as a last resort option for women who want to maintain complete anonymity. And here's your two founders. Founder Monica Kelsey started Safe Haven Baby Boxes Incorporated after learning she was abandoned as an infant and after seeing a baby box in operation at a church in Cape Town, South Africa. She's made it her personal mission to educate others on the Safe Haven law and to do whatever it takes to save the lives of innocent babies from being abandoned. The Safe Haven Baby Box takes the face-to-face interaction out of the surrender and protects the mother from being seen. The Safe Haven Baby Box organization's primary goal is to raise awareness of the Safe Haven law. Women in crisis can call the national 24-hour hotline, can receive counseling and assistance free of charge. To date, the box has received over 8,000 calls from every state in the United States. Safe Haven Baby Boxes has referred over 500 women to crisis pregnancy centers, assisted in 9 adoption referrals, and have had over 132 legal Safe Haven surrenders. 32 babies have been surrendered in baby boxes. 3 babies were surrendered directly to firefighters at a Safe Haven Baby Box location. Baby Amelia, who is honored in the photo above, is the last infant who has died due to abandonment in the state of Indiana. Her footprint is featured on the logo. Since April of 2016, when the first box was installed, there have been no dead, abandoned infants in the state of Indiana. Proof that the work is succeeding in protecting infants and their mothers in crisis. We have over 100 Safe Haven Baby Boxes in communities across the nation ready to assist with the safe, legal, anonymous surrender of a newborn. Her story, I'll just briefly touch on. She was born in 1972. Her mother was 17, brutally attacked and raped, left along the side of the road to die. She pressed charges against the rapist. He was arrested and charged, and if that wasn't bad enough, 6 weeks later, she found out she was pregnant. The advice of the young girl's mother, she found herself at a back alley abortion facility in October of 1972. And while standing in front of the man who was going to take her child's life, the young woman changed her mind. She was then hidden from the outside world for the remainder of the pregnancy. She gave birth to her baby in April of 1973 and abandoned her baby at a small hospital in Ohio 2 hours after giving birth. The abandoned baby was Monica. And that's why she's so passionate about this. That's why she started the Safe Haven Baby
God
Boxes.
bless her mom. Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
imagine if she would have chose the other option.
Yeah.
Would this program even exist? Like, it's amazing that she's so passionate about this and that she is now helping so many children.
Yeah. I mean, what a legacy. Like, again, that triumph or that tragedy to triumph. If you're a first responder, you can be trained. If you're a first responder and you live in an area where a Safe Haven Baby Box has been installed, you can schedule with Safe Haven Baby Box the first responder training. It says Safe Haven Baby Boxes travels to fire stations and hospitals to train first responders on the Safe Haven law. We find that many of our first responders are familiar with the law, but need more training on how to handle safe surrenders and their response to mothers in crisis. Please contact them for more information. And school assemblies. Raising awareness of the Safe Haven law is vital, and educating our youth is one of our primary goals. Safe Haven Baby Boxes representatives have spoken to students in hundreds of schools and universities in the past 5 years. They say our representatives are available to speak to any size group, individual classes, or an assembly with all students. And contact them if you would like for them to talk to your students. And then there's a bunch of pictures. I know this is one of the first babies that were surrendered that has been adopted, and they have in Indiana they have big gatherings, big get-togethers where she can see, she's able to see the growth and the outcome for these babies, which is also huge. I mean, a lot of times we sit back and think, what happened? Like, what happened to that baby that they found here, there, or whatever? But with this situation, If a lot of times the family is like, yeah, follow our family and watch how amazing this child grows up to be. I think it's wonderful. So I'll drop that link in the chat again. There's also a really good Q&A, frequently asked questions. And there's a memorial with memorial fund that goes towards education, college education for children, how to start baby boxes, several resources, events, some of them may be close to you, help for moms at the top. And then, oh yeah, sorry, here's the store. Well, of course my cart's empty. Where did it go? Shop, here it is. So their logo is the footprint of the last baby that was abandoned and found deceased. That footprint, the baby's footprint, is the company logo. And they have tons of quotes on shirts and cards that have the actual, the law for your state on them you can hand out. They have sweatshirts, they have cups, they have all kinds of stuff. So I'll drop that link separate. It's a good way to donate or help out. Let's see. There you go. I'll put that in the back chat for you too. Is there anything else that you wanted to include, Sleuth Mom?
No, just it's amazing. She said it was what, $10,000, and then you have to make sure that your local government and stuff is already set up. I know that I seen, for example, I'm in PA, so PA is already set up with their government to do this. So it'd be easy to inquire just the financial. They don't want the fire departments themselves paying for the boxes because they don't want the fire departments responsible if some type of legality would happen. Which honestly, these look very safe. It amazes me that honestly, Africa is more advanced than us whenever it comes to things like this.
Right.
She said that she got this idea from them and how they were doing it. So I think it'd be awesome if we could get something like this going where we were raising money for boxes like this to get put into different communities.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think, I think the more that we talk about it, the better, the better chances that we have with getting something like that. But I mean, it's another option, and people really need to know that. People really, really need to know that there's other options, and you're not going to be arrested, and you're not going to be questioned, and your anonymity is, your privacy is kept safe. No one's going to go tell your mom or your dad or your teachers or anything like that. I think that's the most amazing part. And they care about, the birth mother, they care about the families that are adopting. I mean, the programs are just amazing. I think that's what's different for me. For me, that's what makes me feel warm and fuzzy about it.
Right.
Really
I was
does.
just curious because to see like when the last child abandoned or harmed in my area was, and it was actually in March. And so, wrapped in blankets in a car seat outside of a home. And like,
March.
wow,
That's
that's great
wintertime.
that you didn't kill it, kill the baby, but
Yeah.
it's not the right thing to do. It's not safe.
Right. Yeah, we're
Especially in March
neighbors. I
in
mean,
PA,
I'm in
like
a
cold and everything else.
yeah, I'm in Ohio, and so I know how cold it is in March.
Yeah.
It's pretty damn cold in March. But yeah, there's thankfully, I mean, every time I hear a story about a baby that survives these type of situations, I'm just like, I'm super warm and fuzzy about it. I really am. I'm going to continue to do some research on this to try to find how can we get one in every state. I believe that there's still a handful of states that don't have any. If there's not the Safe Haven baby box, there are other options. There are safe surrender baby sites. So one of my moderators lives in California and sent me this link because it's important to know, even if you Google or you click on the link and you go to your state and you don't see one or it's not close, but you're still interested in knowing where the heck they're at, look for Safe Haven baby surrender sites. Google your area, your state. This one here happens to be for California. Safely surrender baby sites. Let me drop the link for that. for anyone who might be in the California area. Yeah, Avery Shannon, that would be amazing if you could get one. Yeah,
It
that
looks like I'm
be
just looking at
amazing.
their website, and it looks like the only locations, there's one in Tennessee, one in Pennsylvania, one in North Carolina, two in New Mexico, one in Florida, four in Arizona. There is 13 in Arkansas. There is 17 in Kentucky. There is 7 in Ohio and 99 in Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana was a mess there for a while.
Yeah. But there is so many some place like what we need is they need to be in every state. And honestly, I think honestly, any type of municipality, I mean, every city should have one. You look at
Absolutely.
your big cities, like right now they have one in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is great, but it probably could be better utilized, or we need additionals, I guess I should say. I would say Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, Harrisburg, like your big city centers. I
Yeah.
would start with in every state, honestly. You
Yeah,
start talking about
absolutely.
like Columbus and stuff like that whenever you talk about like Ohio or Greensboro, North Carolina, like there's I don't know. So this is something that needs to spread and they need help doing it.
Absolutely. I plan on getting behind this for sure. I plan on getting behind this. I have some stuff going on right now, but as soon as that, I have some medical stuff going on, but as soon as that stuff is cleared up, I plan on getting behind this hardcore. I plan on backboning and focusing on this. I plan on sponsoring, donating, and partnering up to make that happen. I mean, for every child that's found in a garbage bag on the side of the road or in a landfill, I mean, just I can't even say it. I just can't even say it. But for everyone, that's we need a box. We need a box, and we need people to not be afraid to utilize the box. We need people that are gonna understand that there's no legal repercussions. I mean, that's for me, that's the big thing. That's from what I'm understanding, the reason that people they may not necessarily be afraid of their parents or what they're quote unquote going to be losing in life, maybe a college, scholarship, maybe sports, maybe friends, whatever it might be at the time is more important than than having and loving a baby. I think whatever they're afraid of overpowers the love that they naturally would feel at the time of, delivering a baby. But either way, we need boxes everywhere. And I plan on 100% getting behind this and running with it because I think it's an amazing program. Absolutely amazing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for letting me do this with you and share with my
Absolutely.
audience.
I'm fangirling. Haha. I'm always like,
Stop.
Sleuth mom, come on, girl. I love whenever you join me for stuff like this. But your passion for for children is amazing. And it's like a breath of fresh air around this place. And so
Thank you.
yeah, I love having you on panel, and it changes the whole dynamic of any stream or any kind of message that we want to get out. People know that you care, you genuinely care. And when you talk about Harmony Montgomery, I can tell that you are sick to your stomach and you want Adam's head on a silver platter, and I wish I could give it to you. I can feel it. I know how much you
Absolutely.
care about every case that you talk about, especially those that other people aren't willing to talk about. And so, yeah, it's extremely important to me whenever I'm covering something like this. I don't talk about true crime or anything like that. And we barely hit it every now and then, but I always
Right.
love to have your perspective because this is your comfort zone, not mine.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it though, because you put together such a nice little presentation, all the websites and stuff, you had it already. And so it was definitely a very easy one for me to jump on with you because
Yeah.
of the content that you have here.
Thank you.
It's just such I hope honestly, like I'm glad like to see Avery saying, for example, she's going to move forward with some of this. I said Emily Flotilla was saying that she wants to contact people in her community and start
Mhm.
looking into this. Mama Bear, people are are hopefully going to take this and run with it, even if it's just in their local areas. If we are responsible for one person knowing about this and one more baby box, I am so thankful for you guys for being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. One life matters. One baby matters. One rescue matters. All of those things matter completely. And Sleuth Mom, I know that whenever my medical stuff clears up and I'm free to travel and do all those stuff that I plan on doing, I'm going to get behind this. I know that I'll be out and about streaming from random places and sending you the content because I think you're the right person to present it. But when I tell you I'm going to get behind this, I mean I'm really going to get behind this. This is probably one of the best things I've seen in probably the last 2 years when it comes to what we've been witnessing as a society against children. This is just like, I don't know, renewed hope.
A breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
It is. It's a breath
Absolutely.
of fresh air. And I agree. And honestly, we'd travel together. Heck, let me know. Let me
Hell
know. I
yeah,
will
girl.
talk to my mother-in-law. She is retiring soon, and she can watch some kiddos, and I can travel with you.
For sure, you'll see us in the coach lounge bus heading it out. Well, I told Sleuth Mom earlier that I've emailed Monica, the founder, the CEO, because I knew that there would be a lot of questions, and I'm just like, I'm really passionate about this right now. I think this is something that has really hit with me as a mom who's lost a child. This has really hit me, and I can't stop thinking about it. And she emailed back, and so I was telling Sleuth Mom before we went live here that we just have to set up a date and a time. But she would love to come on live stream and talk about her story personally, how she found out that she, was abandoned and what her mother went through and some of the true crime of her life and why she's so passionate about what she's doing. And I was so glad Sleuth Mom said, I'd be interested in doing that with you. Cause I thought nobody does interviews like Sleuth Mom does interviews people. Nobody does. I can't do it justice. So I kind of need some hand holding when it comes to that. But yeah, I'll get with you here in the next couple of days and just do like a what do you call it? Like a group messaging so the three of us can come up with a good date and a time. Her schedule's a little hectic right now, but she's all about bringing awareness. And I thought Sleuth Mom's channel is the best place for that. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drop Sleuth Mom's membership link. So if you're not a member, please click the link and become a member of the Sleuth family over there. It's a pretty great place.
Thank you so much, Steph, for all your support.
Absolutely,
and
girl.
being
You my
there.
girl. For sure. Let me know when you wanna do the update on East Palestine too. I've got the whole all 9 hours of that government shit meeting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm ready when you are. But in the meantime, after this, all the links that we dropped in the chat, I will put in the description section down below. They should show up on your side too. And yeah, Mama Bear 2222. That's why I wanted to say something about it, because I think that her story would be good for you to hear and several other people to hear. I think you're an amazing person for what you've gone through and who you are today, and to be here to talk about it. And you should be celebrated also. We should celebrate you, girl. Mama Bear 2222 Day.
Absolutely. Man. This has been such a good live.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I was so
That's
happy. I
awesome.
kept watching the stuff all day. I was like, oh, wow, check this one out. There was another baby saved. There was another baby saved. And they do updates and they do pictures. And it's like, this is amazing. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. My son, Cody, would be like, Ma, that is the coolest thing. You got to get behind that. I mean, I could hear him saying it. He loved babies. I could hear him saying, yeah, I mean, saving the lives of babies. Now, we all know that there's the issues with child protective services and a lot of different areas, but all we can do with that is put the right leaders in the positions and go to the meetings and let our voices be heard. In the meantime, we can save babies, man. Why not? Why not? We might be saving, the person that grows up and cures cancer. I mean, anything. Babies are amazing. Helping moms out of these situations, helping young dads out of these situations. a happy outcome. There's just, I can't find anything negative to say about it. I really can't.
No, me either. I can't think of any reason why anybody would be opposing this, you know?
Yeah.
It's just something that's needed.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I appreciate it. I know you got the babies and stuff going on, and I didn't want to be on too long tonight, but thank you. I greatly appreciate it. I love it when you hold my hand for a little bit through some of this true crime stuff. I mean, I like watching it, but I do this. I stumble with words whenever it comes to talking about it.
No, thank you again. I'm gonna go ahead and actually drop down because she's awake again. He had her
Okay.
asleep, and now
Yeah, I'm going to
he's
end
back up.
too. Thank you so much. Thank you to Sleuth Mom's chat. You guys have been great. Had some awesome views and things that you wanted to say and questions. And I hope that the links will provide all of the answers, but we'll definitely do an update on this here before too long. So thanks for hanging out with us for about an hour and 50 minutes. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.